Hey VC, it's Elvis the Vinyl Guy. This is my introduction video. I've just got a little stack of CDs, some 45s, and some LPs I'll be going over with you, just to show you a little bit of my diversity and my taste in music, so to speak. Um, I love watching y'all's videos. I've been watching them for a while, doing some comments. Uh, you know, um, I forgot my piece of paper, but I've been watching Sloop John H. Vinyl Collector James, Rock Boy 680. There's so many that I've been watching. Tim Allen, really love his videos. Me, Mr. Mayo, Buffalo Beetle. I know there's other. I'll have to make another video where maybe I give a shout out to some of my favorite channels. And LJ. I love LJ's stuff. You guys have great collections. You've turned me on to a lot of music. Just last night, I heard of Nick Drake. Not for the, I don't know if it was the first time I actually heard of him, but I really started listening to his music because of, Vinyl Collector James. And of course, I've always been a big Beach Boys fan, but this is about my sixth collection that I'm on. Something has always happened where I've either lost them, had to sell them, or something. But this is my sixth one, my best one I've actually had. I'm around 1,700 to 2,000 records right now, and so there's going to be things I don't have. It's like I've only got a few of the Beach Boys, couple CDs, so I don't have the collection that I used to when it comes to the Beach Boys. But I have things that I used to not have. So, I'm rambling on. So I'll just start showing you some of the stuff. I'll start with the CDs, go to the 45s, and then go to the vinyl records. And without further ado, the Beatles. This is really all I need right now. CD wise, I'm going to try to collect everything, of course, but it's just not on my list right now. I don't have any vinyl of the Beatles right now, just because I had about five or six. I had a copy of Introducing and the Red and the Blue and Revolver, Rubber Soul, but I gave them to a friend at work that had lost all of her records, and she was a big Beatles fan, so I gave her everything I had just to get her back on track on that. But the Beatles won. The very best of the Beach Boys, Sound of Summer. This is a great CD. It covers almost it covers everything, all the essentials that you need. Of course, the stereo and mono of Pet Sounds. Love the Capital Rainbow label there. Uh, here's one of my favorite all-time groups. I've got all their records except for their newest one on vinyl. I've got all their CDs. Volbeat, great metal band. They started out almost like a death metal band as a group called Dominus, and then they changed their name to Volbeat. And they're very melodic, very, very amazing, great band. They write all their own songs. They have a few covers here and there, but most of their stuff is written by their lead singer. And this is cool. It's got a booklet with all the lyrics. The CD comes with a sticker, boy and girl sticker actually in there. And then, of course, a poster, Vol Dude. And then, if you get a chance, please check out these guys. Volbeat, they are an amazing band. They're a great live band. Can't say enough about this group. Love them, love them, love them. Then Brian Wilson, That Lucky Old Son. It's okay. It's not my favorite Brian Wilson. It's really good. Don't get me wrong, but um, I much prefer not. This isn't my favorite. I just have it. I got into this actually from Sloop John H. I knew of Brian Wilson obviously, but I just didn't have any of his stuff, and I heard him talk about him so much, and other people in the vinyl community talk about Brian Wilson, and You know, I'd seen a few clips, but they were when he was just coming back and he had still hadn't lost his weight that he had gained, and his voice was really gone pretty much. So that kind of turned me off. But you know, I realized he got his voice back and started going back in the studio. And I love these albums. This is one of my favorite right here. This is a gold stamp promo. Amazing album though. Absolutely love it from beginning to end. One of my favorite albums right there. And then of course I have the Brian Wilson Smile. You've all seen this. It's just the CD with the booklet. And who I'm truly passionate about, Elvis Presley. I have a lot of Elvis vinyl records. I have a lot of Elvis on CD, DVD, VHS, everything. I'm a humongous Elvis fan. This is the special edition 3 CD set of Elvis. That's the way it is a live concert documentary that came out in '70. It is absolutely amazing. It's got rehearsals, concerts, and the special edition album that was released, and it is just an absolute amazing 3 CD set. I've been wanting this for a while, and finally got a really nice copy of it. That's just all the CDs I'm going to show in this video. Got some 45s here. One of my favorite bands. This is the Brooklyn Bridge. You'll Never Walk Alone. It's on Buddha Records. Flip side is Minstrel Sunday. The side that I showed you was You'll Never Walk Alone, of course. Great song. The lead singer is Johnny Maestro. He was the lead singer for the Crests in the '59 when they recorded 16 Candles. I believe I'm right on that date. It might be 60. Double check me on that. But great band. If you can get your hands on any of their albums, uh, great group. You'll love the vocals are just amazing. Elvis always on my mind with Separate Ways. Gold Standard reissue 45. Got Metallica 1 back with the Prince. Richie Valens in a Turkish Town, and That's My Little Susie. And this is one of the newest 45s I've got. It's a record store day release from last year, from the If I Can Dream Elvis Presley album that was just released with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. This is If I Can Dream, and side B is Anything That's Part of You. It's pretty nice. It's just on black vinyl, but it's 45 RPM with kind of like the old 33 centers, compact centers is what I meant. That's just a little small stack of 45s. I'll do a 45 video later, of course, but we'll just get into some of the vinyl. This is one I just picked up. It's Elvis Moody Blue. Of course, the corners are a little messed up. I've got 3 other copies, but what makes this one really special is this is on black vinyl. This is the original release. They released it on black vinyl. It's got a few paper scuffs, but I mean, I've cleaned it and it plays VG plus to near mint minus. But this is very rare to find. Not his rarest record by no means, but most of these you find are going to be on the blue vinyl, which they released after his death in tribute, I guess. But that's Moody Blue. Just making some room. Sorry, everybody. I'm doing this video in my bedroom for the lighting. Most of the videos, once I get my lighting figured out with my phone, are going to be done in my living room where I have all my record racks, my turntable, most of my vinyl. I do have some of my vinyl here on this rack that I built. If you can see that, it's a mess in here, but sorry about that. But back to the vinyl. Elvis' second album, original mono silver RCA label. It's got a few paper scuffs, but other than that, it plays really, really good. The cover is pretty much destroyed, but I mean the front looks nice, but you can see the binding is pretty much gone. One of Elvis's best albums, if not his best album. It's kind of hard for me to decide what his best album is, but this is a original master recording, MoFi MFSL pressing of Elvis in Memphis. I don't know if this has the inserts. I got it kind of cheap, but it sounds amazing. That original just white MFSL label. I don't think this has an insert in it. It does have, yeah, it doesn't have water damage on the bottom, but the vinyl is stunning, so I have to get an upgraded copy later. It's definitely one of my favorite albums. It's a toss up between that one and one I'll probably show you here in a minute. Yeah, The Complete $1 Million Sessions. This is from Sun Records. This is a gatefold. He went in the studio in 55, 56, I believe. And they pretty much just did an impromptu jam session with Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash. A little bit of the songs had Johnny Cash in it, but most of them, almost all of them, were Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis. And then at the end, everybody leaves, and Jerry does about 3 or 4 songs by himself. But great, great. I mean, it's a jam session. It wasn't recorded professionally or anything, but still sounds amazing. They put it on the Memphis, Tennessee Sun label, which is pretty cool. I love it a lot more than the Shelby Singleton. I just don't appreciate that label at all, really. Yeah, I like some of the stuff he put out, but I much prefer the original Sun Memphis, Tennessee label. But yeah, that's the Complete $1 Million Session, Sun Records, December 4th, 1956. So really cool. And this is in line for my top Elvis album. That's the way it is, with the original inner sleeve. I keep all my inner sleeves in the back with the vinyl in there, so nothing's in the cover. There's a lot of you I see that do it that way, and there's a lot that just put them back in the cover. I don't want anything to happen to the covers anymore, so I keep them in the back. It's a lot easier to get to them too. I can just pull the record out. I don't have to continually take the record out, and I can have them top loading this way. But the old flexi disc, original pressing, orange label, beautiful record. This record, this have to go a little bit quicker. Phil Collins, Face Value. This video is starting to get around 14 minutes. Love this album, Norah Jones. Love it, love it. Come away with me. I've been listening to this for about a week now. I've had it for a while. I just listen to it every once in a while. When I do listen to it, I'll listen to it for like a week straight. This is a really cool one I just found. It's on the King label. This is Billy Ward and the Dominoes, which had a big hit with 60 Minute Man. You've probably heard it, I'm sure. But this is on the original King label, even though it's not an original. It is probably around the 80s press. It's 1977 Gusto Records, but they used the King label, which is pretty cool. But this has got some Clyde McPhatter stuff. Really, really great Great record. If you can find that, pick it up. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it because it's just a reissue, like I said. Rita Coolidge. I don't have the vinyl here to show you because it's on my turntable. Great record. If you get a chance to get this, or if you don't know anything about her, go out and get her records because she's great. She's got some records with Chris Christopherson. I know a lot of you like Christopherson, so go out and get it. Great, great female singer. Her and Christopherson did some great stuff together. And this is one of my favorite all-time singers, and a man that we lost way too early in life. But Sam Cooke, Portrait of a Legend, 1951 to 1964. It is on double 180 gram vinyl. I love these the labels. They have Sam Cooke on them, of course. No need to show you that, I guess, but it is a gatefold. I will show you that. The back has the song titles, and then a little something about each one of the songs, and a little something about Sam Cooke right there. If you want to read that, I don't know if you can see it there. Put that back later. Steppenwolf, 16 Greatest Hits on Dunhill. It's a early 80s, late 70s reissue. Brian Setzer, 3-album Rockabilly Riot, Live from the Planet on green vinyl, all 3 of them. Very limited edition, pretty rare to get right now. Rolling Stones, Through the Past Darkly, Big Hits Volume 2. This is on the London label. Stereophonic London label. I do believe it is a reissue. It's very flimsy. I know it's not an original. It's one I just picked up very cheap. Get that later. Retrospective, The Best of Buffalo Springfield. Great album. This is on the original label, I do believe. Let me know. I believe that's the original Atco label. I don't think they had one until later. Dave Clark 5 Greatest Hits. The Yellow Epic stereo. Very nice. Love the Dave Clark 5. Nirvana's Greatest Hits. It was released last year, 2015. This is a Hot Topic album. Just regular black vinyl. It does come with a insert. One of my favorite rockabilly giants, Eddie Cochran. Love Gretsch guitars. I have a Gretsch. Sometimes maybe you'll see me playing it in some of my videos. That beautiful Liberty label. This was released after his death. This is a rare pressing of this album. This is how they were pressed, with nothing right here. Just blank, says Eddie Cochran. The cells were kind of not there, so they re-released it with 12 of his biggest hits in big white bold letters. So Adele 21, I have all of her albums on vinyl and CD. This is just the only one I picked out to show. And I love Simply Red. Got 3 of theirs here. Great group, awesome vocals. Just classic 90s, classic 90s sound, 80s and 90s sound. Not 90s, 80s, but Leon Bridges. If you love Sam Cooke, if you love Otis Redding, you'll love Leon Bridges. And it's amazing on this 6i white Capitol label. Love it, love it, love it. I recommend this album to anybody. Go out and get this album. It is absolutely stunning. And a few soundtracks. Gremlins. Eddie and the Cruisers, probably one of my favorite soundtracks from the 80s, hands down. And one of my favorite movies I'm a big Star Wars, Star Trek, anything Lucas or Spielberg or Roddenberry for that fact. Well, I'm gonna make that it, guys. That was a fun first video. I hope to hear from you guys. If you like what you see, please leave me a comment, hit a like button, and hopefully I can get some subscribers too. It's been great, VC. I'll see you next time, okay?